All right, super. So now let's get started. And first, let me set the context. So the intention of today's session is to give you clarity, clarity as in. So again, you all are here on the call. Everyone's motto is the one. And what is the motto is to get transition. Whatever job you are doing, you want to get transition in the Scrum Master, Product Owner, Business Analyst, Product Manager, Project Manager, Product Owner, various job role, right? So when anyone look for a transition, a lot of time there is some blockage, mental blockage. I use this word. What is the blockage? Okay, is it I can possible, not possible, my background is difficult, I'm not from technical, but everyone has challenge. Someone is in the job, they have a challenge problem is I do have a notice period of 3 months. Someone is not in the job, okay, so how it will happen, I have a career gap, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. Everyone had some kind of mental blockage, right? But it doesn't matter whatever is your situation scenario. If from there, if you're someone who is committed that yes, I want to make transition, there's always a way, and it's not like you're doing first time. Lot more people has done. So simple summary is, if someone else can do, I can also do. And that is what should be your philosophy. And to give you much more clarity on this specific session, what I say is the Hall of Fame at Skill Yantra, and our main motto for this is to acknowledge people who were part of the program and they have crossed the journey, which a lot of you are just aspiring to be. Okay, and for today's session, we have Ashika. Ashika is someone who was part of the program, I think around 6 months back or so. And she has not just passed this exam or transition, I would say flying colors, right? And her story, I'm sure it's going to inspire all of you. So with this note, let's start today's session. So Ashika, first of all, welcome to this HOF Hall of Fame session. Okay. All
Uh,
right, Asuka, you can unmute yourself, and here we go. So,
uh,
yep.
yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, sir. So, first of all, thanks for this opportunity, sir. And I am very much happy. So, this is a session that I have always affirmed for, to be a part of this Hall of Fame. Whenever I have attended 4 or 5 of your Hall of Fame sessions in the
Mhm.
past 4 to 5 months, being part of your community. And always I have affirmed to be a part of this session. This is the ultimate goal for all of us. So, today, finally, I'm here. So, it is because of you, sir. So I should thank you and show my gratitude to you, because you not just showed the path, you held my hands until I got the offer. That is what I have to say, because I even had lot of confusions in selecting offers. Even during that time, you were very helpful and supportive on which one to choose and which one to reject, and how to negotiate and all of that. And today I'm here. So thank you so much, sir, for showing this career guidance and support.
All right, great. So happy for you. And let's start formally now. Again, how this session is going to be, I have some a specific set of questions what I will be asking. And then after it will be open house. Anyone having any specific question you have, you can ask your questions. Okay. So let's start. So Asika, before we get on, so let's start first with your background. So before transitioning, what is your background? A bit about your education, your job experience, something that you can talk about. Go on.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So in schooling, I was a biomax student. I didn't have any knowledge on computer science from there on.
Mhm.
And in engineering, I did my food technology, which is again a non-IT thing. But I got placed in Accenture, top MNC, which was for again for testing background, QA background. I have got placed,
Mhm, mhm.
and from there on I started my career, sir. So I got placed in campus, and from there on I started my career. And for all 7.5 years of experience I have in IT, and all these 7.5 years I have been into the same organization. I didn't I always was desperate in moving into another company, but I didn't know like what to choose and how to move. So I was into testing. So I was under manual testing for 4 to 5 years, and I also had some hands on automation, but just to handle scripts, not to I mean just to maintain scripts, not to handle scripts. So it was like that. Being into a IT background also, I wanted to move somewhere into a managerial role, not
Mhm.
into being into this testing for a long time. So I wanted to push myself to some other role, but I didn't have a clear path, like which one to do. So for a couple of months, if I could say, I was also learning AWS, and I was also trying to learn some automation tools like Tosca and other stuff. But it
Mhm.
was not my cup of tea, I would feel. So I was not very much interested on those learning something new and getting into the market. I was not pretty sure how it would work for me. So then, fortunately, I was able to see you, and that is how things started to change, sir. So I can tell you that before, in the 7.5 years, I have not heard about the Scrum Master role at all. Being into
Okay.
IT company, my project was also following Agile, but I have not heard about the Scrum Master position because we didn't have anyone in my organization for the past 7 years. So it was I came to know after seeing your thing in Instagram, and that is how I
Okay.
started, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so
So.
you saw the ad on the Instagram, like I'm sure
Mm.
majority of people has been the same journey. You saw the ad, you attended the webinar, and then you got to know about this job role also. And then, so but I just said earlier you tried for AWS, you did some Tosca also, but and you said that you choose to be a Scrum Master later on. How come this shift? Like you said that job role you're not much aware, but suddenly you chose that no, you paid the fee and then you want to. So how this shift happened?
Yes, sir. So, first, we had that workshop for 3 days, I remember, and it was
Mhm,
for a minimal fee, and we had that session. And the way you thought, like, what is the role and responsibility of a Scrum Master, and which got more of my attention was,
mhm,
I remember still in the first workshop when you searched for Scrum Master, and we were seeing like 40,000 plus job openings. You showed that on
mhm.
the first day of the invite. So it boosted my confidence that somehow if we are through this, we have lot of openings and there are lots and lots of opportunities for the Scrum Master. And also learning this is comparatively easy. Thinking of this technical stuffs like learning AWS and or you're learning some other tools or something, comparatively the Scrum Master thing is also comfortable for us, to move across. And there are lots and lots of openings with high package. So that made me to choose this role, and it is also a managerial role. So
Okay.
again, you are getting into a managerial position wherein you'll have to monitor the team, and you don't have to do the groundwork, but still you should be for the team and own your responsibility. So that made me to catch it up, sir. So it was very likable for me, this particular role. I felt, yeah, this we can do, and somehow we'll be able to jump from one company to other. So that
Okay.
made me more likable. Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned that you've been in the same company for around 7.5 years, 7 year, 5 months or
Yes,
something.
sir. Yeah.
And definitely, did you try to change in that time period, like let's say the first 7 year, or how it was?
So I always thought of moving to another company. So actually, I was, if we have heard about this metaphor, boiling frog. So whenever we put that frog into a boiling water, it will jump easily. But if we are
Mhm,
giving slow heat to it, it would stay comfortably in the same water, and it will boil until it will not recognize the heat that it is getting, and it will die in the same water. So that
mhm,
was my kind of journey, sir. Like what I did was, for all of the 7.5 years, first 4 years I got my promotions, I got my hike, and everything was very smooth for me, I would tell. And later on, I didn't see much hike, and even the promotions were getting delayed for me. So that is the reason I wanted to give a jump to another company. But I really didn't know which one to choose. I mean, what we should learn and how to give that jump, because as I told you, I came from a campus placement. So I
mhm.
didn't know about the job portals like LinkedIn or Naukri, or how to apply and those stuffs. So that was the thing. And when I was around 5 to 6 years, I was desperately, I wanted to move, but I didn't know which career path to choose, sir. So I didn't make any move, I
Okay.
didn't have any resume. Post that only I started. So it was
Okay.
like after coming to your community, I started to search for jobs.
So to summarize your like before trying for Scrum Master, although you thought to transition. You did some course also, but you have not given interview, or have you given some
Yes,
interview
yes.
also?
No, no, no.
No
No
interview.
interviews.
So,
No.
so it's like your first interview was for this commercial job role itself.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, let's say, let's go a bit back when you started with the program. So,
Mhm.
as you said, a person have worked in Agile, but not proper Scrum, or maybe not like you don't have a Scrum Master, and
Yes,
then
sir.
you paid the fee, you joined the program. How was the confidence on that time that yes, it's something for me, I can make it?
Yes, sir. So coming from the workshop point, so in the 3 days you have given lots of stuff for the Scrum Master role and thing, and that also we had some. I had a confidence, so there are a lot of openings, and we should join this course. So I joined the course by the month of June, sir. So I
Mhm.
joined by month of June, and for that one particular month, I have joined all the classes. I have never missed even a single class. So whatever class that you have conducted for that one whole
Mhm.
month, I have joined the class, and I was an active listener. And also, being an active listener made me understand the concepts very well. What is Scrum? What is Agile? And what are the roles that we have, events that we have? So it made me technically strong on this Scrum Master thing, sir. So
Mhm.
the slide that you have, that covers almost everything that whatever a person who's from a non-IT or from an IT who doesn't know Scrum, they'll
Mhm.
be easy to. I mean, they'll be easily able to grasp it. So it is a kind of
Mhm.
thing. So that made me confident. But at the point of starting, I would tell, I was confident on the Scrum Master role, but I didn't have much confidence on myself, so I was lacking confidence on myself. But later on, moving from the classes and attending your sessions, so that gave me confidence, sir. So initially I would tell, like, I had 50% confidence, but still I was
Mhm.
not guaranteed that I would get a job. But
Okay.
following consistently, there is a motto of your skill yantra, that is, you start, you finish. So you always tell that in every classes that you hold. So that is the thing, sir. We start and we finish. So being consistent after the classes is very important in order to land into a job, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So you started the program in the month of January, and
June,
after,
sir.
yeah, so in the
June.
June 2025, like
Yeah.
some around 6 months back, you started.
Yeah.
And when you gave your first interview.
Okay. So first, I was part of your class, but I didn't have a proper resume. So
Mhm.
you had a session for resume grooming. So
Mhm.
there I brought my resume first. After 7.5 years, I first crafted my resume there,
Mhm.
understanding that this is the point that I'll have to do, because if I leave this, then I'll never do it. So then I came with my resume, and you shared me some minor corrections, so that I have rectified. And from there on I started. And also you told to create a LinkedIn brand, wherein you'll have to post your Scrum Master kind of imagine that you are a Scrum Master and post the things that are happening around you. So that I
Mhm.
started to do. So I can tell I didn't have LinkedIn account. It was like I had zero followers and zero connections, but now I have like 500 plus connections and 1500 followers. It was all because, like, for 2 months I consistently posted, like, as I am a Scrum Master and I'm doing the Scrum Master role and whatever the team does. So that kind of posts I started to put in LinkedIn. And coming to Naukri also, there were sessions like when as people share screen with you and ask for this recruiter actions and how to groom the Naukri. So there I have learned a lot, sir. So I didn't have a Naukri profile also. I created from there and started grooming the Naukri profile and stuff like that. And from there on, I started to get the interview call. So because like the first month, it was only the classes that I gave, and then
Mhm.
I groomed my resume, and then I groomed my LinkedIn profile and Naukri profile. So that took a couple, I mean, like 15 to 20 days for me to groom everything to keep my side, with equipped with all these things, and then started to apply for jobs, sir. So I started to first I was applying for 5 jobs. So like 15 to 20 jobs I applied. Then you told me you'll have to apply for multiple jobs, apply for 100 plus. So then I started to actively apply. So I applied for more than 100 plus applications, I mean jobs, and then started to get the interviews, sir, screening calls.
Okay. All right. And when was the first interview? June, I think you were in the night batch?
Morning batch, sir.
Morning batch. Yeah. So
Yeah.
morning batch, June, morning batch means June first week or second week we started the batch. Then
Yes, yes.
batch completed something in the July mid or July end, the batch completed. So when was your
Mm.
first interview? Which month you gave the first interview?
I gave around August, sir.
Okay, so after batch completed, and I would say maybe
I
30,
took
45
1 month.
days, you started, you
Mm.
did the
Yeah,
interview.
first interview.
So let's go bit in the first interview. After 7.5 years, right? You started giving interview.
Yeah.
The job, what you have not done at all. Again, you are
Yeah.
showing that experience. So how was that experience? How was the interview?
Yes, sir. If I can recollect what happened. So the previous day, I had like couple of screening calls before, but that
Mhm,
didn't get converted into an interview call. I'd made some
mhm,
mistakes in the screening call that didn't get converted into an interview call. Then I rectified further on in the screening calls, sir.
mhm,
So next, what happened was the first interview I gave was for Photon. So
mhm,
what happened was the first interview was the very tough interview that I had. So there
mhm,
was one senior project manager who was doing the interview. She suddenly asked me to share my screen and do
mhm,
capacity and velocity planning for a team. So she gave me a scenario and she asked me to do this velocity and capacity
mhm,
planning. I was so the day before, what I did was I went through all of the slides in the uh, SharePoint that we have, sir. So I went through the interview script and the slide that we have. So I came to recollect all of this what we have discussed in the class. And the next day, what happened was I almost did it well. I started my interview with the script that you have, the introduction that we have in our
mhm,
script. So that worked very well. So I tried to memorize that to have a flawless interview. I mean, the
mhm.
first intro. So I put in some of I changed accordingly according to my career background and stuff, and I memorized it and I started to give because I understand that when you give a confident introduction, then the interview would go smoother. So when you open your mouth, you the world knows who you are. So giving a strong introduction, I think it worked out for me in that interview. Then she started to ask about the technical questions. I was confident, but suddenly she told me to share my screen and open the Excel and give me this. So I was very worried, but I tried to do something. I didn't quit. I didn't go and search in chat GPT or something. I was trying to do something, and somehow I bought to a calculation which was not far or less. It was in an average thing. I was committing for some number of story points that this team can do, and I was, very down, sir, after that interview. I was feeling like it was very hard for me, and suddenly they're asking me to share the screen and do a lot of stuff. But what happened was, after a couple of hours, they told me that I was selected for the first round. I mean, you got selected in the first round, and again they asked for the second round. But unfortunately, that interview, the second round did not happen. I'm not sure for what reason it didn't happen. But anyways, I got cleared with the first round. So though I was little down, but I got the confidence that even with this little preparation, if we are able to crack this first round, then on consistent practice and stuff, we should be able to move forward. So that is one thing I learned from the first interview, sir. Yeah.
Great. So it was your first interview. Again, it was difficult, certainly, as you said, because it's very, very rare that someone asks to share the screen and do something.
Yes, yes, yes. That
Normally
was
in
the
the
one
tech,
interview.
yeah, normally in the technical it happens again for a coders, but for SM or any managerial job role, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen. But yes,
Yeah.
still you felt that it was difficult. You may not be able to make it, but result was in your favor. So good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you got your first offer letter, before that, how many interview you have given before getting the first offer letter?
Um, Sir, that month, if I can recollect, so the month of August and September, I applied for more than 100 plus jobs in Naukri, sir.
Mhm.
I used to get like around 20 plus screening calls in a single day. So I was not even sure of which company they're calling for which, I mean, they would call for SM role, but which location, which company they're calling, I was not aware. Like I would get multiple calls. I was bombarded with
Mhm.
calls, after optimizing my Naukri profile and LinkedIn profile. But it was all because of Naukri, not because of LinkedIn, but because of Naukri. I used to get multiple calls, and the first offer letter, after like 3 4 interviews, I got my first offer letter, sir. If I
Okay.
can recollect, so there were multiple parallel interviews going in that phase for me. But if I can recollect, like after 3 4 companies, I was able to get the first offer letter, sir.
Okay. So fourth interview, so let's say the fourth company interview you gave, and then you were able to
Yeah,
get the first offer letter.
yeah.
So how was the confidence on that time that yes, a journey what I started again, a lot of back gap, then you started giving interview. and then you got offer letter. How was that feeling?
Yes, sir. So initially, I would segment this interview process into three, four sections, sir. So first
Mm-hmm.
one is optimizing a Naukri, having
Mm-hmm.
a good resume, and then creating, when we get a screening call, it is our responsibility to convert it into an interview call.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're getting that interview schedule, then it is our will to change it into an offer letter. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, after crossing all of these sessions, so for the couple of interviews, I was in round one, they didn't call for round two, and I was in round two, they didn't call for HR round. But after crossing all of these and coming into a HR round discussion, and seeing that salary breakup that they are discussing, it was, I felt something, it was very achievable. Though I was not in confident that I'll join that organization, but I was very open to offers, sir. I didn't see if it is day shift, night shift, or which location it is. I just started to give interviews. So I learned from interviews. So I didn't have a separate session to learn for the Scrum Master questions and all, but I learned from the interviews. And then after crossing all of this, I got a great confidence, sir. So I was like, whatever interview comes, I'll be able to crack it. So I got that kind of confidence. Yeah.
All right. So again, if you have to summarize your entire interview journey, or let's say the learning, like the day you started, June first or second week, you started your journey, and you got your first offer letter, let's say in month of October, something,
Yes.
September,
Yeah.
let's say October you got.
Yeah.
So if you talk about and started applying in August, September, 3 months it took you to get an offer. So what was the most challenging in this entire journey?
Okay, sir. Most challenging, I would tell, is um, converting screening calls into interview calls, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So we would get screening calls from multiple organizations, but converting that into an interview call is, it'll narrow your pipe. So that you'll have to discuss in a way that it is getting into an interview call. So that is where I was little, feeling that as an hurdle. And also, I had a notice period of 90 days, sir. So that was a great hurdle for me. So though I had an offer, they wanted an immediate joiner, but I had a
Mm-hmm.
notice period of 90 days. So that was the first challenge that I had. That was the second challenge that I had. And there were other lot of challenges, sir. When thinking of that, sometimes you will not get a streamlined response from them. The first round we would have cleared, second round they would tell that they'll keep an interview, but it will not be scheduled, or we would be waiting in the interview, the interviewer would not turn up. So there were a lot of circumstances like that as well. But the challenging thing is converting screening call into an interview call, and tackling this 90 days notice period after getting the first offer. So that was the challenge that I had, sir.
Okay. So now you got your first offer letter, you got second, you got third, you got fourth, and normally it's too much, right?
Hmm.
Okay, what I will do, I will join this company, I will not join this company. Normally people do stop. Okay.
Hmm.
But you keep on venting ahead, so much things you did. So what was the motivation behind that?
Yes, sir. So first, I was very desperate in getting into this SM role, sir. After joining
Mm,
this class and stuff,
mm,
I was very desperate. I remember the day when we used to have this mastermind class with you. So you would
mhm,
ask to have, open questions to you, and you would discuss. So I have never missed a single class of that mastermind with you. So
mhm,
always I would come and post questions. So there I would have asked you a question, sir. I'm very desperate. How to get a job? So you
mhm,
gave me a tip that if your job search is more than 3,000, then you are actively looking for a job. If it is less than 3,000, then you're not that much desperate. You told that time
mhm.
my job search was 2,000 something. So I
Okay.
told you. Then later on, I understood that. So we should keep our profile in such a way that you should get more of, recruiters' view and recruiters action. So I worked upon that. And in the month that I was giving a lot of interviews, it was around 10,000. The recruiters search view was around 10,000, and
10,000. Okay.
recruiters action was around 400 plus, sir. So
Mhm,
those kind of learnings, because I didn't know anything about Naukri, coming into a
mhm.
class and understanding the importance of each action and thing, and being desperate is not enough. We'll have to work for how to make that into an offer letter. So what made me to keep on moving is, my salary was little less than 10 LPA, sir. So I
Mhm.
wanted to, uh, you know, touch some line wherein I'm satisfied. I have a good, work location, and I also have that shift timings, proper shift timings and everything. So initially, I am from Chennai. So I thought, there are very minimal. Whenever I search for Scrum Master roles, I would see Bangalore, I would see Pune, I would see Delhi, I would never see Chennai. So that also created little, a self doubt on myself if I would get in my nearest location or so. And even relocating is not a problem if you have high package, but still, you'll have to compromise your family for relocating, and there are other stuffs too. But
Mhm.
on giving interviews, I had attended many of the companies in Chennai and Bangalore and in and around. I had other offers with remote opportunity also who are giving 100% hikes. So this is because you are continuously giving interviews, continuously exploring companies, continuously, seeing. It's kind of drugs. Sir. If you started giving one interview and if you're getting one offer, it's again and again you'll be giving multiple interviews and you would have that offer letter with you. But one thing that I learned from you is don't get emotional to the organization that you're giving interviews. So that I learned from you, because you would get one offer and the HR is behind you. They wanted you to join to that organization. So we are, bounding ourselves to that particular organization. But you taught me that you should not be emotional to that organization, but be open. Even if you are not there, they would hire someone else, but you should see for what you want. So you told to go with the numbers. So I was keep on giving interviews. So that made me to show counter offers to the other organizations that I'm attending. So that is the reason I was able to, come to this percent of hikes, sir. So that made me to move ahead. Yeah.
All right. So, when you started, as you said that your package was not so great, what you were expecting in in your previous job. So, what was your target that if I can get this package, this will be initially when you started your journey? So, on that time,
Mhm.
what was your target?
Okay, sir. So my package is little less than 10, sir, as a QA for 7.5
Mhm.
years of experience. So
Mhm.
I felt that was very little, very less in the compared to market standards. So I wanted to move something. I was thinking for 15, sir. So
Mhm.
even that number, I was very scared to tell to the HR if they would, think I'm asking for too much. So
Mhm.
you you gave me that confidence that, we can go beyond that numbers, and there are options for Scrum Master. So I used to think, oh, we are putting so much burden on the other organization. We are asking for 15 LPA. No, they are so sad. So that was the kind of mindset I had initially.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
after giving multiple interviews, sir, I can tell you that if you attend client rounds and if the client is desperate in wanting you, then they'll come up with your number, sir. Whatever number you quote is going to be their number. So I attended multiple client interviews wherein the client was very much happy with the interview performance and they wanted me to join their organization. So they came up with the high numbers, sir. So initially from 10, they gave me 15. Then from 15, they gave 17. Then from 17 to 18, then 18.5. Then it was moving across the zone, and it was again 200% hikes. Maximum, I reached 30 lakhs. But the thing is, two offers I had nearing to 30, sir. One with HCL, another with a Mumbai organization. But one was night shift, another was I'll have to relocate from my hometown. So I didn't want to take that. And also I discussed with you, and you told for the long run to choose another offer. So I chose that, sir, which is, less than 30, but I'm happy with that because, that is again a remote opportunity. So I felt happy for that, sir. So I didn't fix any number, to be open. As I told you, 15 was, I was very scared to ask 15, what they would think about me, a 7 years experience asking for 15. So that is what I had in my mind. But one thing, sir, if I have to tell on this number, the morning momentum you have, right? The morning mastery momentum. So there, I joined, sir. When you started that program, I joined for some 20 days. So that time we were discussing on the subconscious mind. The book you was discussing was the subconscious
Mhm.
mind, and there I came to know whatever we conceive in our mind. And whatever we talk and whatever we think, that is going to happen. So you won't believe that we used to write, right? Like live in your present and you will tell to
Right.
write. So I
Goals,
used to
short
write,
term, long
and
term.
the
Yeah.
number I wrote there was the final AGC that I'm getting today,
Right
sir.
now. Okay.
Yeah. So whatever we write and whatever we conceive in our thoughts. So I was not the kind of person who thinks, this affirmations and things I don't believe much. But, when it works out for you, being consistent on that, and, having a positive mindset that you can achieve, you can do it, that is going to take you to another level of life, sir. So that I should thank you for making me
Great.
believe on affirmations and stuff. Yeah.
Great. So, from less than 10, having a goal of, okay, 15, that to how it's possible, right? and you hit the double number,
Yeah.
30,
Yeah.
multiple offers.
Yeah.
So when you got your highest offer letter, which was, I think, the last one, what you got, how was the feeling that, how it's possible? Was that something, what was that feeling on that time after getting this
Uh,
much of numbers?
in your words, if I should tell, it was a good confusion. I mean, you used to tell, right? Confusions are bad, but this is a kind of a good confusion that we would get. I got that offer, but I was not able to select that offer. That was one
Mm-hmm.
thing. But
Mm-hmm.
considering the long run, I didn't feel bad for it also.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, from self doubts, from
Mm-hmm.
hurdles, from obstacles, thinking of this 90 days notice period. I also have a baby, a little kid of 1.5 years. So all
Mm-hmm.
of these, but if you are able to achieve this, you used to tell, like, even after joining the organization, you can give interviews and see how much you can go. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do the next jump, it would help you to ask that level. So
Mm-hmm.
it gave me that confidence, sir. So though, calculating my relocation expenses and stuff, I was doing 2 days of calculation. They're giving me 30 LPA, but I'm in a situation where I'm not able to join. But still, I'm happy for that, because of the ability I'm able to move to that 30, sir. So
Mm-hmm.
it was very great. When I told my family, my parents, they were on a shock on how
Mm-hmm.
you move to other organizations and get this much of hike. So it is a kind of a dream, sir. But when you are into that same flow, when you are giving multiple interviews and giving interviews, multiple interviews, that would give you that confidence. So I can tell, I gave like 40 plus interviews, sir. I mean, comparing of this round one, round two, HR rounds, everything. I
Mm-hmm.
even took notes of the screening calls that are coming to me and how much it is getting converted into interview calls, and which day I'm attending for which company, how was that response, whatever questions they have asked. So those kind of things, made me. And this, it was, if 4 months back, if you had 4 months back, if you would have asked me if I have had a confidence to move to this level, I would have told no. But today
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to move and bring up things. So I mean, like, if it is possible for me, I would tell it is possible for everyone in this group who are listening to this. So that is what I wanted to tell. So one thing, there are people who are more experienced and expertise than me in this same group. So
Mm-hmm.
it is possible for all of us. So we all have a different pattern of giving interviews and attending interviews. So that what made me, sir, more than giving the right answers, we should be likable in the interviews, sir. Giving a good smile, being likable. I know answers are, we'll have to give good answers, correct answers, but being more likable and being honest in the interviews, not trying to search somewhere. So sometimes they ask what is velocity and throughput. So we should not go and chat, I mean, search in the chat GPT or in Copilot. So that will create, you will lose the eye contact of them. They will lose trust in you. So be likable, be authentic, be honest, and be confident in interviews, so that you can reach that number of interviews and things. So we should also be, you should also give correct answers. In addition to that, we should be likable and authentic also. So that would, bring up your interviews to your hands. Yeah.
All right. So although I know the number, but how many in total offer letters you got?
11 plus, sir. So 11. And after that, also, I got a couple of companies calling me and
Okay.
telling that you are selected. But I thought this is okay for me, sir, because now it is a remote option for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually a Pune based company and they give a remote option. So I thought this is okay for me because I have a kid. So I thought this is okay for me. And I rejected the
No.
others as well. Yeah.
It's good to be on that side that hey, someone is coming and I'm in the that position that I can say no, I don't need now.
Yes.
I am settled. It's good.
Yeah.
So there's a saying, what we say is dene wala deta hai chhappar phad ke. Same thing happened. Like you got not one, two. So 11 is what undocumented plus much more are in the waiting which you rejected.
Yeah.
Now to conclude this conversation, to all the aspiring people who are looking for job changes. So again, what do you think? If someone is rigorous that no, I have to make it whatsoever happen, I'm very much committed and so. What do you think? How much time it will take to get the transition?
Yes, sir. So when I joined this community, there were multiple people, multiple messages into the WhatsApp, like, I have got offers, I have got offers. So it depends upon different people. So
Mhm.
someone might get offers in 10 days, someone might get offer in 1 month, someone might get offer in 3 months. But the thing
Mhm.
is being consistent throughout this journey, sir. So be consistent. So there are lots and lots of job openings, I would tell. There is no market down, there is no market up. So every time there is opening for Scrum Master. Even after joining this, I didn't update my Naukri, I didn't update my LinkedIn, but still I'm getting calls from recruiters that if you're available. So if I'm getting that calls, I think it's possible for every one of us to get the number of calls, sir. So being consistent and being confident. And if you are getting one interview call, try to convert that into an offer letter, because many of us are not getting that interview calls. So if you are scheduled with one interview call, you should put our maximum efforts to convert that into an offer letter. So that is the thing I would tell. And be consistent. You have started, so you should finish. So that is what I would
You
tell. Yeah.
start, you finish. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when you got your last offer letter, or let's
uh,
say, yeah, offer letter when you got the last one.
Last one, like a couple of weeks back, also I got one offer letter, sir.
Means,
Even
this year?
after joining, I got
Hmm.
one offer letter from Deloitte.
Okay.
I got one offer letter.
And
Yeah.
it was again 30 plus something.
Yes, sir. They agreed to give that same 30, because even organization, they feel like for 7.5 years, when they calculate and do stuffs, they're
Mhm.
not crossing that line. So they
That
wanted
line.
to
Okay.
keep it up to 30.
So why I'm asking this question is because a lot of people, in fact, have this mental blockage. Again, I use the word always mental blockage. November is festive time, October is Diwali time, Dasara time, market is down, people are not there. December is all shut down, but still, it's not like entire world is stopped. There are opportunities. It's just like how efficient, how committed you are, and things works in that direction.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Absolutely.
final words, let's say if you have to give three suggestions to all these community members here, what it will be?
Yes, sir. So, from my pattern, it is being likable, being
Mm-hmm.
authentic and honest in interview. You should be
Mm-hmm.
authentic and honest in interview, and also being confident that when we code that we have like 3+ years of experience as a Scrum Master or 4+ years of experience as a Scrum Master in our resume. So we should show ourselves that we have that experience. So when we start that interview, we should be like that Scrum Master who has that 3 years of experience. So as you told, I remember whenever the interviewer is starting with the questions, they would come to know like how much experience we have with the answers we give. So we should be
Mm-hmm.
confident that we are a Scrum Master, and we should start up with the interview, sir. So be confident, be likable, and be honest in the interviews.
Okay. All right. So now this all is what from my side. Now it will be open house for everyone. So what you can do is you can post your questions here in the Q&A, or you can raise your hand, and one by one I will be taking the questions here. So again, next is I'm just going to mute everyone, and then after I will be taking the questions here. 1 second. Let me mute everyone. And then after we'll go in the order. So whoever is going to raise hand will be taking the questions. Okay. First, let me unmute Ashika first. Yes. Okay. So one question I can see here in the chat box, how much experience you shown in Agile SM? So in your 7.5 years, how much it was for Scrum Master job role?
I gave it as 3.5 years, sir.
3.5 years. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, all right. So let's take some question here is from Aditi. Aditi, go on. You can ask your questions.
Thank you, sir. First of all, Ashika, many congratulations, and it was truly inspiring listening to your story.
Thank you, Aditi.
So, you mentioned multiple times about screening calls. So, I just wanted to understand what are the most common questions they ask in the screening calls.
Okay. So from my experience, screening calls are often taken by HRs, who have experience of 1 or 2 years. So they really don't know what is Scrum, what is Agile and stuff, but they just have some kind of list of questions to ask to you. So whenever you start your so in case if Aditi is getting a screening call, what you have to do is, Aditi, put some Scrum and Agile jargons when you're talking. So they would ask, what is your role and responsibility? Tell that you conduct events, you conduct sprint ceremonies and stuff like that. And the catch point there is, they would ask you, what is your current CTC? And they would ask you, what is the expected CTC? So what I usually tell is, I would tell my current CTC is 12 LPA and my expected CTC is 13 LPA. So actually it was 10. You can also tell 10. It is not an issue. You can tell 10 and you can tell 11. You should not give, from my experience for the first screening call, I told my current CTC is 10 and I'm expecting for 15. So from there, I didn't get enough response after that. What you can do is just give 1 lakh or so increase from your current CTC. So what they would think is, we are not, we are desperate in getting job, but we don't want much hike. So, and also they would ask you if you have counter offers or if there is any thing in pipeline or stuff like that. So what you can tell is, for that question you can tell that I don't have any offers yet, but interviews are in pipeline, like L1 and L2s are in pipeline, that you can tell. And also if they ask for your notice period, you can tell that you're currently serving notice period and you should be able to join them by 10 to 15 days once the interview and everything goes fine. So when you give the exact details, like you have 3 months of a notice period and you have, like, you're expecting for something on higher number, and your location, you're specific to the current location, you should tell you're open to any location. So sometimes, if you're getting call from Bangalore or some other location that you're not part of, if you're asking, you should tell that you're ready to relocate and stuff. So only then it will get converted into interview calls, and everything will happen in the final HR round, not in the screening call. So be open to all the screening questions. Tell them yes for everything, and when it comes to salary part, just give 50,000 or 1 lakh extra from your current CTC. So that would help you to convert into a interview call. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think the same question is from Jonna, how to convert screening call. I think that got answered. How much did your testing experience help? Yep, you can add that, answer it. So as you are saying that you are from a QA background, so
Yeah.
what you feel that how it helped you? Or is it like in your interview, they ask anything from the testing or how it was?
No, sir. So sometimes, they used to ask me why from. I used to tell, like, I'm from a QA background, then I have moved to
Mhm.
SM. So they would ask me why from QA you have moved to SM. They would ask me. So I would tell that I was a QA lead that time, and my Scrum Master that time, she was onto a maternity leave, so they pulled me into that role. So they
Mhm.
gave me some internal trainings, and I did my certifications. So from there on, I started to my journey as a Scrum Master. So that is how I take from QA to SM role, sir. So I don't
Mhm.
tell them that I directly did my certification or I'm directly put into this SM role. So I tell them
Mhm.
that I was partially into this QA role and I was doing this SM role for her, and then I did my internal trainings and did my certifications and moved to the system role. So that is what I do. And to be open, I didn't do any certifications, but I tell them that I did certifications. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question is from Rajneesh. Rajneesh, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hi Anshika. So basically, my question is about to the active listening.
Hmm.
And before that, I would like to congratulate you for all the efforts you have done and you got the better opportunity. But
Thank you.
depends upon the active listening. Can you please guide us how to be a good listener and how being a good listener, how can we change our things to a good offer letter?
Okay, so good listener in this community. See, in the classes. So first of all, we should be a good listener in the class. So grasping whatever sir and Keshav sir tells. Being an active listener. So if you are part of everyday session, then you will become an active listener. So that is one thing, because always the class is engaged and you are open up to questions. So whenever you don't, have clarity on some topics, we can. Definitely ask them. That is one, being in the class, being active. And second one, being active to the interviewer. So often when the interviewer asks questions, we should not rush and hurry up in telling the answers that we have. So we should wait, and we can also rephrase the question and ask to the interviewer. And you can also appreciate the interviewer, thanks for asking this question, or you can tell something to the interviewer, listen to the question, and we can then give on with their answers. So that will make us calm and composed in the interview, so we don't have to rush behind the answers. So for example, if they're asking what is DOD, we should not come up with the answers what is DOD immediately. We can tell, thanks, that is an interesting question. You can listen to them and appreciate their question, and then start giving the answer in for what is DOD. And you can also give your real time experience. You can follow the car format, how DOD helped in your project. So that kind of thing, being an active listener in community on what sir tells, and also being a good listener to the interviewer would help you. So that is what I would tell. So be focused, so then you can be a good listener. So that is what I can tell.
All right. So next question is from Prabhakar. Prabhakar, go on.
My question is, you have converted your screening call into interview by saying that you are a immediate joiner. So once you selected, how you handle this 3 months notice period?
Okay, so this is again, a kind of a hurdle that everyone face who has a 90 days notice period. I also had the same question, Prabhakar, earlier. So what you do is, if you tell that you have 30 days or 1 month or 90 days notice period, no one is going to even give you an interview. So in order to get scheduled with an interview, we'll have to tell that we are an immediate joiner. I followed this, but usually sir tells like 45 days or 1 month to tell. But what I followed was, initially I used to tell that I'm an immediate joiner. Then for you to give that first interview, first round of interview, then second round of interview, and getting that converted into a HR round, you would have some time gap. And also you will be giving multiple interviews in that particular phase also. So it is not that the first interview that we are getting started we are going to join that organization if you're having 90 days notice period. So what technique that we follow in this community is, usually when you get the first offer letter, when you're confident enough, we drop papers and then we look actively search for jobs. So that is how I have also done. So what I did was, I changed my Naukri profile and LinkedIn as an active, immediate joiner. And then what happened is, in screening calls, I used to tell I'm an immediate joiner. And then I used to attend round one, round two, I go to HR round and post that if they ask when you will be able to join, I would tell that I had actually dropped papers, and my notice period was about to end. But unfortunately, because I didn't have any offers, I revoked my notice period. So again, I have revoked my notice period. So again, it is going to follow that 90 days notice period. That pattern I would tell them. So some companies, they would tell, I would buy out your notice period. They would tell, we can buy out your notice period, and they would, if the client is very much interested on you, they would tell, we would buy out your notice period. But if your organization does not allow you to buy out, or if you're not able to move, then you can tell them that it is not possible. So if you're able to wait for 90 days, it is fine, or else you can start with the other organizations. So when you get the first offer letter, you would get the confidence, then drop papers, then search for other, do other interviews, and then you will get the confidence. So in my case, what happened was, I told them immediate joiner. I told them, a couple of companies asked me if you're able to join us immediately. I told them my notice period, until my notice period, I didn't get any offer, so I revoked the notice period, and I'm currently in that 90 days notice period. So I'll not be able to join it immediately. Then post, I got the confidence, and again I got a remote opportunity. I was desperate in getting into that company. Then what I did was, I submitted some medical documents to my organization, telling that I need some break and I'll not be able to work. So I asked them for notice period, waiving notice period. So I told I'll be able to continue for 1 month. After that, I'll not be able to do so because of medical reports. So I submitted some medical reports, and they were okay with that, and I came out with the 30 days of notice period from 90 days. So it is very difficult. But to start with my journey, if you're very desperate in getting into jobs, what you can do is, first from your from your project, get a roll off and move to another project, so that you will not have much dependencies on you. So what I did was, I was into one project for 7 years. Then when I was desperate in getting jobs, I moved from that project. I got roll off and I moved to another project. So in that project, you will have very little dependencies on you. Even if you're ready to move, they would not ask you much questions, because you might not be that kind of resourceful person to that team, because you have newly joined that team. So they might give you an option to revoke, you get an early release. So you can either ways try a early release, or try until that 90 days. So there are multiple options. So when you are into the process, you can follow any of that.
All right. So yes, there are a lot of things that can be done, that should be done, depending on everyone's situation is different, but accordingly you can plan it.
Yeah, yeah.
So next is Sanjay. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi.
So congratulations, first of all. It was
Thank you.
really good to hear your journey so far.
Thank you.
My question was like, once you got into the role of a Scrum Master, like, was it like you were asked to start doing stuff immediately, or was there some kind of handholding given, since you are into a full-time Scrum Master role, right?
Yeah.
You might have there are chances that we might have contributed as partially, not as a completely as a Scrum Master, but how was the experience? I'm curious to know, like, how exactly did you start off with the new role? actually?
Okay, so I started in the month of December. So December was kind of furlough period. It was festive season and nobody was there. It was in and off. And currently, I'm doing actively for this past couple of weeks. So immediately, actually, I didn't have much KT. It depends upon the organization. So whichever organization you join, but this organization they didn't have enough KT. But I was able to start on the first day of DSU because when you started giving multiple interviews, you would come to a flow that how to handle calls and you will get that confidence. So what I did was there was one call to observe on how they do the DSU. So I followed that same pattern and I started doing the DSU. So it is not going to be on the first day that you're going to change everything that is happening in the project. So whenever the learning materials or the interviews might be different, but when we come into an organization it is totally different. They might follow Agile, they might not follow Agile, they might follow accordingly. So in this current team that I'm working on, the dev people are writing the user stories, which is very an anti pattern, but we are not going to change from the day one. But it is our responsibility to change, but we're not going to change from day one. So it is something that you can go with the flow. You don't have to know everything in the first day, but you can start learning from the first day, but have that confidence and courage that you are a scrum master, so that you'll be able to tackle all the problems. Yeah, you don't have to be much worried before entering into that, but if you have entered that, you would know the flow on how to move on, so you don't have to worry on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right. So there is some question, how much experience you put as in that's done already. Next is how to handle 3 months notice period. A Prabhakar question is done. I think same question is from others as well. Okay. How you actually optimize the Naukri profile to get multiple calls? That's a question. Rahul
uh,
Sayed.
Yes, sir. So every day by 9 o'clock, I would re-upload my
Mhm,
resume.
mhm.
So that is the time when the recruiters come, the HRs come and check for the resumes and they post jobs and take the numbers. So, every time, every day, 9 o'clock, I used to open the Naukri profile. I used to re-upload my resume every day. So it will be like the latest updated date would be today's date. So whenever there is a Naukri algorithm, it filters with the today's date. Whoever has updated the resume or any changes they have done to the Naukri profile today, their profiles would be showing in the top. So and also add the key agile terms and sprint terms. Like you have done the sprint grooming, backlog refinement. There are some terms that we have to put into the Naukri. Maybe I can take a screenshot of it and post it in the group, sir, so that everyone can have a look of it
Yep.
on whatever key terms that I have put. And also whenever it comes to resume, as sir tells, always put that you have done either CSM or PSM certifications, so that you get multiple calls. So uh, to set the Naukri algorithm, you'll have to visit Naukri once in a while every day and update your Naukri profile every day, so that it works out for you, and it should be 100% complete. It's not 92 or 98, it should be 100% complete for you to get calls. And have a good image of yours, and have the key terminologies that is required for scrum master interview. Maybe you can also see the couple of job descriptions. There will be multiple skills that they're looking for that you can incorporate, and also have a good refined resume, so that it would be great for you. Yeah.
All right. So next is Nirmala. You can unmute yourself. I have given you the prompt. Yep. Go on. You can ask your question.
Yeah. Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yep. Yep. Go on.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I have Ashmita. I have close to 9.5 years of experience,
Hmm.
and I'm like a proper Azure and all cloud developer.
Okay.
So I started in the month of January 2025,
Hmm.
but people were keep on telling me you are in the proper role. Why do you want to move to? I'm a proper Azure and all developer. You said right. You were trying for AWS and all. It's been like
Hmm.
4+ years I was into Azure developer roles,
Okay.
and I was into completely into data. All nine and a
Mhm.
half years of my IT experience.
Mhm.
So somehow I was calm for some time, but my mind says I want to be in some managerial roles only. That is
Mhm.
the main reason. Like I came to this class and all. Like when I started my career at zero, I
Mhm.
thought like by 7 years I will be in some manager. During around 9 years ago, by 7 years you used to be a manager, and you don't need to you need to guide the team. But it's not the same scenario these days. So that's But how can I frame myself? I'm into proper developer, Azure and cloud and all.
So again, the
People will ask
simple
me.
Nirmal, Narendra, right? Narendra. So the question is,
Yeah,
the answer
Narendra.
is same for everyone is, again, it doesn't matter what is your background. You are a QA, you are a sales guy, you are a marketing, you are a developer, you are a support, doesn't matter.
Mm.
You have to showcase in your CV. Again, same formula goes for you also. Last 3 years, you are working as a Scrum Master. Or let's say you're applying for
Oh,
the PO, last 3 years you're working as a product owner. You're applying for a BA, last 3 years you're working as a product as a business analyst. The job, that's what is likability. So
mhm.
again, the job role, whatever you're applying for, you need to showcase the same experience for at least last 3 years. That this is what is going to help you.
Yes.
Last
Make
three
sense?
years. That should be fine. Like,
Minimum 3 years. 3 years is good enough. Three to again, you have 3 year only 7 year experience. 3 to 4 is the cutoff.
Yeah.
Try with three. Then again, let's say if you're getting call, not getting call, again you can make it four also. There's no harm in
mhm.
trying here and there.
Okay.
Okay.
So out of 9.5 years, shall I show it as a 4 or 3?
Four is you can try with four. Again, there's no thumb
4.
rule that okay, is it like if I three, then it will work or not work, four only is gonna work. Right? So both are
Yeah.
fine. It's up to you how confident you are. Start with minimum
Okay.
three. 3 to 4 is the range for you.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So next is Abbas and then Vijit. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Yes, Vijit, you can go on.
All right, thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Jiten sir, and many congratulations, Ashika. Your journey is really inspiring to all of us. Okay, I had just two tiny questions. First question, sometime what happens? Interviewer insists to send a screenshot of resignation, then only they will send you the offer letter. Have you ever faced this kind of situation?
Yes. So again, sir tells, to modify some of your emails and send that as a resignation snippet. So that is what I followed.
So
Whenever you
formula
have,
same for everyone. Any mail you have, again, take screenshot, do some magic there, right? So again, it's a chat GPT time, right?
yeah,
So now these are not the showstopper. There's a problem, there's a solution.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Okay.
that
okay.
is what is the
That is
formula.
That's
what I
first
followed.
question.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. That's really helpful answer. And second, have you ever gone through with any kind of paid services from Naukri or Monster, or you just utilize the
No, no,
basic
no, no, no.
functions like
No,
uploading?
basic, basic, basic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
updating profile twice and updating resume again and again, and go
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
right things.
Yes,
And say yes for
absolutely.
all kind of situations. So, but sometimes what happens? Suppose my package is around suppose 20 lakh, and I want to 30 lakh. So I'll write that 30 lakh expectation. So what I should do? I should write just 21 or 22, and I
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
yeah.
okay for any location, right? This is what I should
Yeah.
do.
Open for all
Depends
locations.
for any
Yeah,
location and expected package not required at all, right? That is something in the Naukri you can put it blank. Okay.
yeah,
And expected current package also, if you want, you can put or you can remove that also. Sometime it doesn't take again, make let's say write 10 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees, whatever, some lesser number.
yeah,
Intention is to get a call. If you get a call, you are in the game. If you don't get a call, by default, after some time, you feel that what will happen, will able to make it or not. Okay, so that's the formula here.
yeah.
Thank you, Ashika. Thanks a lot.
All right. So next is Chandrakala. If you're here, you can unmute yourself. Then after we have Supriya. If you're here, you can unmute yourself. Okay. So meanwhile, let me take some question. Now I'm taking two question from the chat box a bit, and then after we'll go with the people who have raised hand. Okay. Yes, Supriya, you can ask your question.
Yeah, hi Ashika.
Yeah, hi.
Um, yeah, I wanted to know, as you said earlier, that at the beginning of the call to the recruiter, we should not quote the expectation, the real expectation in terms of CCC. So when exactly we should, expect? Is it to the HR call only? We should.
Yes. Finally, you'll get an HR round. So whatever you tell in screening call is not going to matter there. So when you're going to that HR round, then you can tell your expectation, what
Mhm.
you are really looking for. So you don't tell anything in the screening calls, because if you're telling anything in screening call, you'll not get interviews. So attend the interviews, go to HR round, and then tell what is your expectation. So that is the ideal way. Yeah.
Okay. And also, like, since I'm a little concerned about the location, and I should not be showing my concern towards the location in the beginning,
Yes.
right? It should be
Yeah.
always in the end, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
your ultimate goal is to get interview calls and get offer letters. Then you will get the confidence. Then we can go to our desired location. So in order to get that first interview call and first offer letter, be open to any location, be open to any shift, and be open to everything. Yeah. So that will give you.
Okay.
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 All right. So next, we have question here, couple of questions in the chat box. How you managed your work and training? So it's like you started this program on that time you're in a full-time job. So how you're able to balance it?
Yes, sir. So that is why I was into one project where I was a critical resource. So from there on, I first moved into another project. I got roll off and I moved to another project. So at that time, the KT phase was going on. So I more focused on the interviews and other stuff. I mean, on the classes. So if you are loaded with much of responsibilities, try to get roll off from that project. Go move into another project wherein you would get some enough time to make yourself groom yourself, and then you can start giving your interviews. So that was my technique. I got rolled off and came to another project. Again, it is very, you cannot we cannot compromise work and thing, but because I joined morning class, it did not impact my work. So that was one thing. And also, being consistent on the morning classes, and also I didn't have much responsibility for this new project. So if you are very critical resource and you are a very demanding resource in your project, maybe try to get a role of, maybe move to another project, so that you can get some time for yourself to groom and move to another organization. That is what I can tell for you.
All right. So many HRs are asking me to forward mail regarding last working day, how to handle it. Gaurav, I think we answered it already. So there's a
Yes.
way to deal with it. Just follow it. Okay. So then, hi. Okay. Next. Okay. Let's take some questions here. Abbas,
Hi,
you can
hi,
ask a
hi,
question.
sir. Hi. Congratulations, Ashika, for your
Yeah.
waitlist.
Hi. Hi.
Can you please share some screenshot of the keywords which you have put in the Naukri? Like you have
Yes,
already
sure.
shared some questions regarding Naukri that we need to optimize, like need to reduce notice period, package, and the
Mm-hmm.
location. That
Mm-hmm.
I've done, but still I'm getting a bit less calls.
Mm-hmm.
I recently got one call from one company I shared with sir, but I have interview next week. It was got cancelled due to some medical issue. So I
Okay.
have the next week. So can you share the keywords which you have added in Naukri?
Yes, I can
And
share it.
also,
Yeah.
you have optimized the LinkedIn profile, right? So there
Yes.
also,
LinkedIn profile, I would tell I didn't get any calls from LinkedIn profile. Just a couple of inquiries from the chat box. If you are able for this position, if you are available for this position, but your major focus should be on Naukri, on updating Naukri and doing stuff. And also for everyone here, in the headline you can give as immediate joiner. So the one liner that we're giving right after the profile, you can give as
yeah.
immediate joiner and give a hyphen, and you can give that one liner. And also in serving notice period, you can give the last working days, the next week, something like that, so that you will get multiple calls at the starting. Then you can increase your last working day after getting multiple
Okay.
calls and the algorithm
Then
sets for you.
please share the screenshot which you have added the
Yeah.
keywords.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
All right. So next age Chandrakala, and then we have Vishakha here. Chandrakala, you can go on.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Congratulations, Ashika.
Thank you.
I just wanted to check, like, since you have multiple offers, right?
Mhm.
Have you like accepted the offer and rejected? Like, what was the reason you were giving?
Yes. So sometimes I used to tell this notice period story that,
Mhm.
again, I revoked because I didn't have any offer and it is 90 days now. So obviously they would not wait for 90 days. They would go, they would look for another candidate. That was one thing. And also, you can tell some higher CTC that, you have a package of this number. So sometimes they
Mhm.
would, they would have a maximum limit. So for example, they would have some 20 or 21, and if you're expecting for 27 or 28, they would tell no for you. So that kind of rejections, you can either give a higher number, or you can tell them that you have got placed on another remote opportunity, so that they would
Mhm.
understand that, because every individual would give first preference to the remote
Yeah.
opportunity with a higher number. So you can tell them that you have got a completely remote opportunity with a higher number, so that you're going with that offer. So that also you can tell. And it is not that we should emotionally get attached, as sir always tells. So
Yeah.
there are again other
So they can't
organizations.
take any actions, right? Whenever we
No, no,
reach
no,
them.
no, 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 no. Nothing. They can't take anything. It is our
Okay.
opinion. Whatever we want,
Mm.
we can choose. Yeah.
So was that rejection you have done like before the joining date ends, or was there like you have taken care earlier, like? or 15 days?
Some, like after receiving the offer letter, while joining, they would, come up for the documentations. They would ask for some of the documents. They would ask for your PF and gratuity and other forms
Mhm.
and the other things. So that time I would tell that,
Okay, before
I have
submitting
gotten,
your document,
yeah,
you used to do
documents
that.
I would tell.
Okay.
And sometimes, when they're asking for HR discussion, if you have some number of higher number, you can ask them upfront. So I have already got an offer of this much, are you able to do so? So if they're, above that, they would ideally keep that HR round with you. If not, they would, again they would cancel that HR round, and they would move with the other candidates. So it is also like
So
that.
officially, you have not accepted the offer letter, right? Like,
Yes, yes, you would have an option to sign the offer letter and share it with them.
mm.
So only after you sign the offer and share it with them, it'll be, they would agree to it. Even for one company, I have signed the offer and shared it with them. Then I told no.
Mhm.
So, it depends, because there are multiple candidates outside waiting for them. But we'll have to choose for the right number and right location, which is comfortable for us. So don't get emotionally attached. Yeah.
Okay, Shika,
All
thank you.
right.
All the best.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Next question is from Vishakha. Vishakha, go on. You can ask your question.
Yeah. I want to ask that how should I change my resume to fit into Scrum Master roles? Because as I have a PA, means developer and a BA having very less experience, about 1 year only. So how should I change my resume to fit in this Naukri profiles? Or although I have not got any calls for Scrum Master or PM role, nothing like that from Naukri. So what should I do to get more calls? Means get calls
Okay.
only.
So, Visakha, as you have just started the training, we'll be having a specific session for CV preparation for your batch, right? So it's
Okay.
just like a beginning, so we'll nothing to worry on it. Plus, you have
Mhm.
access of the LMS where a lot of content is given about CV preparation, sample CVs are there. So we'll talk about that separately in your batch. Nothing to worry.
Okay.
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 All right.
Thank
So, okay, next question. Okay, Sai is meant to get certified. Also, did you encounter any question related to safe while giving interview? I think yes. You take this question, Asika. Then I will talk about. Is it mandatory to get certified? Were you certified? And did you get any question about safe in your interviews?
Okay. So again, certifications, I bring up this question every time when I see sir, and he
Mhm.
tells no. I mean, it is, if you do certification, it is good for you, but it is not mandatory to get a job. But you can just quote it that you have certifications, either CSM or PSM. And regarding safe questions, so even I put in my resume that, I have hands on safe. But when they pull up questions on safe, I tell that, currently my project is following Scrum, and now they're taking some baby steps towards I mean safe framework. So we are not
Mhm.
fully into safe, but we are, taking some baby steps towards safe. So I'm not fully aware of it, but we are undergoing some trainings on the safe and stuff like that. So you can also project that you are a scrum master and your project is moving into safe, but you're not completely into safe, so that you avoid further questions from safe. So I stop it there, sir. So I tell them that we're taking baby steps towards safe, and you're not completely into that. So that is how I do. If you are really interested on safe, then you can do that safe certification and also give answers for the safe as well. But I did this way. It's because I was not aware of safe. But it is again, get to know of some of the terminologies of safe that would help you in and there, in and
Okay.
out. Yeah.
The summary is certification is something always good to have, but it's not a mandatory. You are certified, not certified, doesn't matter, but you must mention in your CV that you are certified. Then only, again, it helps to get the calls. That is the aspect here. Okay, so next is Aditi. You can go on and you can ask your question.
Yeah, so my question is, do we need to be aware of any technical jargons? Because a real Scrum Master who's working with technical teams and facilitating their meetings, right? They would be listening to their conversations and aware of few technical things. So is there any jargons that we should familiarize ourselves with?
I would tell no. Technical jargons only for the Scrum Master role. I mean, like the Agile, Scrum ceremonies, Scrum events that we have. So those kind of Agile jargons should be known, not technical jargons, because each and every project follows a different technology, different software, different tools. So it's not that every Scrum Master should know it very technically deep. So I would suggest it is not mandatory. So
Okay.
just on the Agile jargons, if you're aware, then it's well and good. Yeah.
Okay. And you also mentioned about LinkedIn that you are actively posting there as a Scrum Master.
Mhm.
So my question is, our current peers already know that we are not a Scrum Master, right? So how do we handle that LinkedIn profile?
I didn't think about all of those, to be open, because we are desperate in getting into this SM role. So if we think of others and stuff, it is again, we'll not be able to achieve our goal. So even I had this kind of self doubts. What if my manager sees this, or what if my peer sees this? But you just post as your Scrum Master, or just give, just quote some common post on Agile or something ceremonies. That would help. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and we'll take the last two questions, then we'll wind up today's session. Yes, Supriya, you can go on. You can ask your question. Let me unmute yourself, and then we have Raghavendra here. Supriya, you are here? Okay. So, Pushpanjali, go on. Grab the opportunity, ask the question. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Jitendra sir, and congratulations, Ashika.
Yeah.
I was listening all the stories very actively, and it inspired me a lot. But one
Thank you.
thing make me barrier. I feel I'm losing my confidence because I started this journey in 2024, and I felt so many obstacles in my path. But I wanted to continue this journey again in 2026. But I'm feeling very low confidence, and I cannot explain in the words what is going in my mind. So how to work on this thing, because like I would say one thing similar to you, my baby is almost your baby. You are also a mother,
Yeah.
and my baby is also same similar age. So
Okay. Don't worry, Pushpanjali. That is what I would tell. More power to you. So the thing is, I had a lot of obstacles like you. See, I have a kid. There was no one to take care of the kid. Have to take care. If there is an interview scheduled in next 1 hour, I used to, make my baby sleep. I used to, do many things to make her sleep, and I used to pray that she should not get up in that 1 hour of my interview. So there were situations like that. I used to call my husband, and he used to come and take care of the baby, and I had this 90 days notice period, and in between I had lots of self doubts, and lots and lots of things. But still, you affirm that you are going to become a Scrum Master. Be confident. You started, you would finish. So don't keep all of these obstacles. When you see these obstacles, you'll not be able to see what is ahead of you. So I would tell, I used to literally cry before interviews. I used to, because there was no one to take care of the baby. Even I had a lot of situations, but crossing all of those and coming here, see, if I think of all of those, it's like even a dream for me. So don't think of all of those. There are ways for everything that we are facing right now. So I think soon you would also position yourself as a Scrum Master. So don't think you're losing confidence. So always be with your confident, and affirm that you're going to become a Scrum Master, and definitely you will become. So just we'll have to be consistent. That's it. Yeah.
So summary, action is the key. Again, there's never like a late or it's like
Yeah.
gone. So, and the other thing is whatever effort you put, the moment you get the result, it worth.
Yes.
Again, one thing is if you're just compromising yourself, certainly you'll be having a guilt after some time. Okay, what is happening, not happening, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. But give your best, and whatever sacrifice you do, once you get the result, think about it. Again, it's going to help you, your family, everyone, your future. That's
Yeah.
what is the thought process you can develop here. Okay, and last two question. Raghavendra, you are here. You can ask your question.
Jiten.
Yes, go on. You can ask your question. Supriya, go again.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Ashika. This is Supriya again. So
Yeah.
the thing is that when you were telling about, and then in the beginning we should always say that I'm an immediate joiner, and towards the end, and then only we should bring a story, something like that. I have to, since the no offer was there, and I had to revoke my notice period and all that stuff. So when exactly we should quote at the time of HR interview itself, before releasing an offer letter?
After releasing the offer, you can tell them.
Okay, after releasing, we should say that I had to revoke my notice
Just
period and
before
all
a
that.
couple of days. Yeah, just before a couple of days, I revoked because there was no option, there was no result for me. So I revoked. You can just tell like that. Because because they have released the offer letter, they might consider, at least for 1 month or 1.5 months. In that time, you can talk to your organization if they'll be able to, relieve you. So you might get some time. So that is the reason I'm telling you can get the offer letter and then tell, because maybe they would agree for 45 days or so, and maybe from your
Uh-huh.
organization you can tell, you can ask for a release. You would have some 45 days of time for them, to process your release and other stuff. So either of the way it could work. It might not work also, but you should keep on giving interviews. That is the key thing here. Yeah.
Okay, so it
Okay.
is only after the offer letter is released, then you should. What if they will come up, will say, statement like, why didn't you, why didn't you tell this at the time of HR interview and all that?
You can tell
Okay,
them
fine.
just a
Listen
couple
it,
of
whatever they saying. Does it matter? Let's say my
Yeah.
job is to give interview. I gave the interview, I did a practice, I got a offer letter. Okay, then you say no. They say again, listen it, okay, whatever it was, this is situation. They're not going to come to your home, put you in the bar, that hey, why you did. They're not going to put
yes,
you some penalty
absolutely.
on this,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm.
think about yourself, your goal, what is something that you are looking for.
Yeah.
And again, let's say
Okay.
you got an offer later on, and if they can wait, it's fine. Otherwise, it's also okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
don't take too much pressure on yourself for a company. Take pressure, whatever it is, to put effort to get result, to get the offer letter. That is what is the most important.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is all. I hope we have answered all the questions. Some companies provide offer letter on the day of joining. Yeah, so there are some companies who do this kind of delay also. But again, is it like there are only one company? The answer is no. Your job is simple to give much, much, much more interview. That's the simple goal. Okay. If interview is happening, okay. Not happening, okay. Clear the interview, okay. Not clear, then also okay. Go for the next one. So always move on. That is what is always your first focus should be. So, all right. So, I am sure everyone you got a lot of inspiration from this success story, and I'm sure it inspire you. And inspiration is nothing if you are not taking action, right? So, action is key, as I'm sure you all analyze, you all heard from her. Again, taking 11 offer letter is not a easy. Again, I would say from our community, say the first one. I have many people in community who has got five or six, but crossing 10, Asika is the first one. So again, we have started this journey from this year 2026. Anyone who is coming to the HOF interview after passing the barrier, getting the offer letter, so you'll be getting 2000 Skill Yantra voucher from our side as a appreciation. And I do firmly, I would say, believe that everyone who is on the call, who is part of community, your first goal should be whatever you are, wherever you are, do it, take action, give the interview as much possible, take offer letter, and your goal should be that how fast I'm able to come to the HIF Hall of Fame. Okay, so how many of you are someone firm that he has next 30 days, let's say making a goal of next 60 days, or let's say the March, the first quarter, I'm going to make it. Type me in the chat box if you're someone who is really serious, willing to make a change. And yes, I am someone who want to make change. I want to go in the direction. I want to get my dream done. Okay. So again, you have the clarity, you have the all the tools we have in the community. Just the time is to take action so that you can go on the next level. And someone who seeks some specific, I would say, guidance. Anyway, we are always here as a part of community to help each other. I'm always there. And also tomorrow I'll be opening some slots for this month of our diamond group, which have started a couple of months back. So we'll talk about that also tomorrow. Anyone who want to, make this journey fast track, you can consider that as well. And with this, thank you very much, Ashika, for being here. And again, also will be taking your help, your services to the community. So keep inspiring and keep taking action. All the best for all this new journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. This journey would have been not possible if you're not there with me. So thank you so much for supporting anytime when I had queries, questions, self doubts. So thank you so much, sir, for making possible for me. So
All right.
if it is possible for me, I hope it is possible for everyone. So it's your turn now. So yeah,
All right. Thank
wishing
you.
you
All
all
the best.
success.
Yes. Thank you. And again, the same quote I say, you start, you finish. That should be your goal and go on. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks all.
And everyone, you can post what is your key takeaway. Again, you heard for last around 1 hour plus. So what is one line, 2 lines, a message what you got, something that you observed in the community group, Skill Yantra group, right? So mastermind. So again, let's keep this inspiration alive, not just fixing it here itself. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks all.